Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to the Bible Bistro. This is your home for organic Bible study. I want to just tell you something about the Bible Bistro now. Here in the Bible Bistro, we serve both coffee and tea, but just a little information about me. I like hot tea. As a matter of fact, if you set down in front of me a cup of hot coffee and a cup of hot tea, if it was good hot tea, I'd probably take the tea over the coffee. That's just how I am. In my house, we don't use the coffee maker. My wife doesn't drink it, and I don't drink it. But every day I have 2 cups of hot tea, whether I need it or not. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. And I especially like Indian plantation-grown loose leaf tea, the Darjeeling. Really like that a lot. My wife says I'm a tea snob because I won't buy bagged tea any longer. It has to be loose leaf, and I've got diffusers and all that stuff. That's what I like, and so if you see me playing with the diffuser here, that's what I'm doing. Just trying to get my tea strong. I like it strong. I like it sweet. So today at the Bible Bistro, we're going to have something strong and sweet too in Psalm 29. This is so good. Boy, if you have a chance, you need to listen all week long for Psalm 29. This psalm is so beautiful. And one of the things that makes Psalm 29 so unique is that Psalm 29 starts out in heaven and actually stays there. So we get a glimpse into heaven because here in verses 1 and 2, and that's what I'll be treating today, verses 1 and 2 are a call to worship, but it's not a call to worship on earth. This is a call to worship in heaven. And we're going to see what this call to worship sounds like as we read these words. So imagine you're sort of the fly on the wall. You're the spider in the corner. You're that little birdie that's sitting perched up in the rafters, and you're watching all of this take place. That's the perspective that the psalmist gives us here as he is looking into the heavenly window and listening to the words of this call to worship. And let me read my translation for you. Ascribe to the Lord, O angels. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Worship the Lord in holy adornment. Now that's verses 1 and 2. And of course, right away you see that this has some interesting elements because we have that repeated word ascribe. Ascribe to the Lord, or say to the Lord, or give to the Lord. That's another way you can translate that, give to the Lord. I like ascribe just because what we're doing is we're saying of him something. What are we going to say? Well, we'll find out here in just a minute. Ascribe to the Lord, O angels. Now, this is very interesting. What we have is sons of the gods. And it's not Elohim that's used here, but it's Elohim that's used here. So it's a different way to write this. And you don't find that particular spelling very many places. So this is kind of unique. It's not unique only to this passage, but it's somewhat unique. You could translate this sons of God. You could translate this, O angels, like I have. I think the King James has ascribed to the Lord, O ye mighty. That's another good way to do it. I don't know why they go there, and the Greek Septuagint must have something different here than what we have in the Leningrad Codex. Like I said, we're in heaven. We're listening to now this call to worship, and it's delivered to the angels. Ascribe to the Lord, O angels, sons of God. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Now, those 2 words, glory and strength, we're going to see trail through this psalm all the way. It's like 2 threads that come through the entire tapestry, and we find them on the other end. So they're all the way through here. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Worship the Lord in holy adornment. So the worship of the Lord, just like we know, is with that linen, that holy linen that one day we'll wear when we stand before him. Well, now the angels are putting it on. They're going into the sanctuary. They're standing before him in the glory of holiness. So don't miss an episode this week. Tomorrow we're going to look at verses 3, 4, and 5 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.